subscribe to this YouTube channel, like it. Well, you don't even gotta like it because I don't even like YouTube channels because I like my music on it. I like my rap music on my like stuff. But yeah, subscribe it, share it, blow it up, help me blow up, help a brother out.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Ezekiel 51, your local barber, braider, and everything else eventually. Just want to show you guys this haircut. Her hair is a bit light. It's not dense. What I mean by light, it's not too dense. So this is not an easy haircut to do unless you've been doing haircuts like this for countless times. Like you can't put a time limit. You just gotta put a repetition limit. So first is what I did was took the one guard, took it all the way down, and this next part created my guideline just with the lever closed, and then from here I'm just opening the lever, going in with my corners. Rarely do I ever use even half of the blade with her hair, just because her hair runs away from the blade very easily. So I just used the corner of the blade the duration of her haircut. For me, it just makes it easier to connect really the first guideline to the rest of her hair, just because the one is what I'm connecting everything to. And it's just a lot of detailed work, at least for me. Right there, I'm just balding it out with my Babyliss trimmers. I got the Graphite 2.0 blade on it, bringing it together. And this is really just kind of it's a semi rough draft work, because I'll be going back to it after I finish the other side just to make sure they're both equal in the blend. Right there, I'm just connecting it further. Same thing on this side. Debulking with the one all the way open, and you want to keep that hair combed down and almost try to keep it as natural as possible. When you're combing it down, you don't want to comb it in the direction it doesn't flow. And then even when you're debulking it, you still want to use the corner of the blade, because with her type of hair, it's running from the blade, so you can't just use the full blade because you might create patches. You will create patches, period. Right here, same thing, guideline, lever closed, and then lever open, corner the blade, kind of create that shadow guideline, and then go in detailing once again. And you can see how it's coming out pretty nicely, even though, you know, her hair is not entirely full as some other hair might be, and you guys know what I mean. Right here, just lining it up, kind of bringing it in together. That lineup always brings the haircut together. And then just finish out with some more detailed work. I got my half guard on there. Same thing, use the corners of your blades, keep combing it down, corner of the blade, comb it down, and then just keep that repetition up. Always look at the mirror to see what it needs to be blended out, because your eyes can really get lost into the fade, and then you're not blending what needs to be blended. So you always got to look at the mirror. All right, moving on to the back. I don't know if you can see this, but the growth pattern is pretty crazy. And when I first did her hair, I was extremely nervous. I don't even know if she knows. I don't know if I told her. I usually tell my clients after maybe a few months to years of doing their hair. But yeah, I was super nervous. I mean, look, the growth pattern is pretty crazy, but you know, just It's the same thing on the temples of her head. It's a lot of corners. When you're dealing with hair like this or pattern like this, regardless of how thick the hair is, it's all about the corners of your blades. I did the same thing on this side. The number 1 to even it out. Right here, she has braids, so you don't want to just use the clipper, at least in this case, to get that close to her braids. I like to do the comb because it's a guard. It acts as a guard. All right, then you go in, same thing. Lever close, create that first guideline. I don't know, I like to create the guideline with the lever close sometimes. I'm not the type of person that creates a guideline with trimmers. Trimmer creates a super hard guideline. I like to create soft guidelines just so it makes my job easier and quicker. And then I like to come in with the trimmer, bald it out, blend it into that next length, which is the lever closed. I just feel it's easier and quicker that way. You don't have to really get out any lines. You just make sure your blend is even. That's it. Next thing, lever all the way open. And then once man, it's not that easy to explain, but you see how that's flowing up right there? Don't worry about that until after you create this next guideline. See how I'm just treat it as normal first. And then once you reach those problem areas, right here, I'm playing with the lever. So I'm closing the lever a little bit. It's kind of open, and I'm basically going with the flow of that hair, the direction of the hair, and just detailing it out, going in different angles, but still mostly going with the flow and the stream of that hair in that area. And you just play with it. You slowly take it down until it looks blended. You can never put on hair, you can only take off hair. Once you take it off, it's off. You can't go put it on. I mean, unless you're trying to do a toupee or something, but that's completely different. Same thing, just if you can, just work on the easier areas first, get that part blended, and then when you hit those whorls or calyx, then you begin to really get in the detail, playing with the lever, clipper over comb. Even if you want to pull out the shears and start, get in there with some texturizing. Right here, I just flipped the blade over. I got the lever open and I was going down with it, kind of creating that blend. I think I'm gonna do the same thing right here too. Yeah, see, but that's with the half guard, just because I'm going higher and then there's more hair in that area. And you can see how it's kind of blending together. Just messing with the lever, opening, closing, halfway, quarter, 3/4 way open, all that good stuff. It's just the corner of your blade, the whole thing. Especially when the hair is like this. Yeah, don't be afraid to get in there. Don't be afraid either. can see it kind of coming together now. It's looking a lot better than what it did. Right here, just getting that razor work done, making that line sharper. I'm gonna throw some enhancements on it. She likes to do the enhancements. She never knew what it was until I introduced it to her. She fell in love from that minute. I think most people do, really, if you know how to do it right. If you're caking it on it, some people don't like it. Most people don't, actually. What I'm using is the Topic X Fusion hair fibers. Just the black one, just lightly putting it on there. With the hair fibers, you do want to stand at a certain distance, and if you've ever used a spray can, it's kind of the same concept. You don't stay in one spot and spray. And I just kind of put too much on right there, so I had to kind of blend it through and comb it out at the same time. And then what I usually do after I do the razor, I'll throw the hair and fibers on there, and then I'll go back with these trimmers, any trimmers, depending on how sharp they are, and I'll just redefine that line, and you'll see it come together. It just looks stupid sharp. And then once that's done, you just throw it with some either hairspray or some type of holding spray. But that's the finished work. Let me know what you think too. If you got any advice, any critique, let me know. I'm open. I'm a sponge, ready and willing to learn and to teach.